everybody. I just got to share this out on the social media, but welcome Patreons, because you're in here first. Thank you for your continued support. You are really good. Hi everyone. Sorry, the stream's being a bell end. Volume up. I'll just get you comfy on the old tripod. How's everyone? Oh god. All right, that should be good. Just gotta screw the Joby in. Hang on. I'll spin the Joby round rather than spinning you guys around, because you might get dizzy. Okay. Why didn't I do this before I started? Is that tightening up? Yeah. Okay, nearly there. How's everyone? What have you been up to? Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Good stuff. I'll just find the stream on my computer so I can read what the hell you're saying. Happy vegans in the house. How you doing? Here's the stream. Turn that down. Boom, boom. Sum up my own stream. That would be a good idea. Right. So Yasmin's Conscious Kitchen is in the house. Top on PC. Put some D's on that link. Andy Hoadley, Eloise, Catherine Jackson. Meat Eaters Cringe. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Happy vegan. Right. I have a question already. And hi everyone, by the way. Thanks for dropping in. I have a question already. I noticed that even on your cooking videos, you have quite big portions. What's your opinion on portion size? Get it in you. If you eat huge portions, you're not going to overeat on calories, are you? So I eat calorically dilute things, fill my stomach up. I believe it is our species-specific diet, whole plant foods. I believe it's what we evolved eating. And therefore, it's species specificity. And therefore, in nature, have you noticed that in nature, animals, although they don't have kitchen scales or bathroom scales, or their food doesn't tell you how many calories is on there, but they're all like the right size. Like, you don't typically get fat animals in nature unless they're meant to be fat by design. So I think there's such a thing as species-specific diets. There's a thing called the law of similar, where animals of similar kind of species naturally eat the same kind of way, and naturally they're the right size and shape. And I believe, well, we are anthropoid primates. Anthropoid means human-like. Yeah, it just works. It just works. I eat so much food, and I'm dropping 1 kilo of fat a week. Someone wanted to see my abs. Hang on then. Boom. How's that? Coming along. Got a bit of fat on the sides still, but that's going. Yasmin's Constant Kitchen. How are you guys? We're really good, thank you, my darling. Yeah, how are you? Gemma's getting to the end of what's that called? Psychology and counselling course. She's done her peer reviews, which were very nerve-wracking, but she's got through all that. And now she's done an essay, and she's got to do the last little thing to do this coming weekend, which is why she's not going to be in the park with me, is her presentation. So a bit of public speaking. So again, that's another step up the old fear pyramid for her, but she's looking forward to it. She's enjoying some expansion, some growth. So hats off to her. She is awesome. Mindful, what is your opinion on the in-house fight between ourselves and food? So I didn't bother to get involved in it. Like, I just can't be fussed with vegan infighting. Like, I don't see the point in it. People do get irritated with each other, and then they want to say their perspective, and that's fair enough, you know, each to their own. But it's not something I want to spend my time looking at, you know. Cosmo, what do you think about saturated fat coming from plant source like nuts, coconuts? Should we limit those? Yeah, very much so. And I think it gets back to that thing again of I look to nature, And then you think of naturally attainable quantities. So animals tend to run off if we try to take a bite out of them. They want to live. So hunters using ancient techniques, 9 times out of 10 come back empty-handed. There's no bags of shelled nuts. There's no tubs of peanut butter. There's certainly no jars of oil in nature. And so, but what there is delicious, sweet smelling tropical fruits that are attractive to our eyes. We smell them, we salivate, we can dig up tubers year round and cook those. And so it's unnatural to get like one nut out of its, and then out of the shell. It's a lot of work. And I mean, they're not, it just takes so long. But you've got this fruit hanging there, and like, what more naturally are we going to eat? And just, the only diet in the world proven to reverse coronary heart disease formed by atherosclerosis is a high carb, low fat, whole foods, plant-based diet. So I think a healthful diet is, you want 1 or 2 tablespoons of flax or chia seeds for the omega-3. That is an essential fatty acid, meaning that we must consume it. And then we want a little other nuts and seeds for the omega-6. However, I don't think it wants to be more than, 10, 15% of calories from fats. If I knew I had heart disease, I would go below like that. And certainly Caldwell Esselstyn, the only man proven to reverse heart disease in peer-reviewed medical journals with photographic angiogram proof. You'd be hard pressed to get him to agree to a tablespoon of flax seeds even. Coconut has the long chain triglycerides that are really horrible for heart health. So coconut oil is actually worse for heart disease than beef fat, believe it or not. Not quite as bad as butter. That's the kind of continuum. And recently, I don't know if you know the channel Vegan Zombie, but he put out a video because he had high cholesterol. And he tried 4 different ways of eating, and he got stricter and stricter and stricter. And it wasn't until he went to the Caldwell Esselstyn, end of real low fats, that his cholesterol came down to a healthful range. So number 1 killer of vegans is still heart disease. There's something wrong there. And I think it's an unnatural diet, processed foods, high amounts of fats, which naturally we wouldn't be able to get hold of. Really good question. Johnny Bloom, are you a football? You're not a football fan. No, if you mean soccer, well, I don't like any type of football really, but one of my clients was Scotland international soccer player Russell Martin, cured his ulcerative colitis when he started eating this whole foods plant-based diet. So that was really cool. But no, not a fan. I liked it when I was a lad, but yeah, I quite like fighting arts, but then I'm not big on really watching them anymore. I'm more just focused on creating and spreading the vegan thing, to be honest. Amelia, hello, been to the camping shop today, looking at things for the vegan camper. Yeah, I've been making lists today, making sure I've got all the stuff I need. I've got a lovely pop-up tent. I've got a self-inflating airbed, nice big king size sleeping bag. And I'm going to borrow a cooler box and got loads of supplies in, cans of refried beans, which are really actually low in fat, like 2 grams of fat for 400 grams worth of beans. So I think they're a good staple. I'm just going to take potatoes, I think, and quality jarred soups with no oil in them. You can get those where I live, organic ones, so I'm really excited. Guys, please thumb up the stream if you don't mind. It would really help us to grow the message, get more people on board. Happy vegan, great abs. If only I could get such definition. You can. Yeah, anyone can, and it's just eating lower fat and just being in that slight caloric deficit. So you're dropping like a pound of fat a week, say, for most people is sustainable over the long term. Corey Austin, perfect time. Just discovered your channel half an hour ago. Welcome on board, Corey. Good to have you on. Whereabouts in the world are you, hun? Andy, do you veganize many meals? I used to be like one of those people that'll just create your own meals. Yeah, I mean, we have done, but really, I don't really think in terms of like like a dish as such, like, you know, these sort of different types of dishes. I just think I want a legume, I want whole grains, I want a good range of vegetables, little fruit, little nuts and seeds, and just obviously you cook it in different ways, not with oil, but you know, stews, curries, casseroles, just steamed with a little sauce, or steam fried and then made with oriental flavorings. You know, day to day I'll eat a whole range of different whole plant foods, but they'll be based around that kind of a whole foods, plant-based, eat well plate, if you like. And yeah, it's just the best food. But you can make a grain bases and put some good stuff on there. So yeah, it's definitely doable. Good question. Meat eaters cringe. Love your videos lately, similar to vegan gains. Yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more. I can just see that people love that sort of stuff, and it's blowing the channel up. It's not entirely me. Like, I don't like to be sort of judgmental and sort of rude to people, but I can see that it kind of YouTube rewards bad behaviour. But I think, well, then I can reach more people with my more. Well, I mean, they are educational, aren't they? I'm calling out people's BS just quite succinctly and like with no sort of frills, just. But yeah, I really want to create more kind of just videos to help people like to go vegan and do it healthfully, and do you know what I mean? More in a positive way than this sort of quite negative. But you know, it's working, and I'm really grateful for the people that support me. And I do enjoy it in a sort of a way. Sometimes I go a bit above and beyond, and then I'll sort of be a bit rude to the person as well as just calling out their BS, and that's not really me. So, but I am kind of conscious that I'm enjoying being quite brutal and matter of fact about things. You know, you just get fed up, don't you? Plants though, in like, come on, national TV, Piers Morgan, national television. How do you know plants don't have feelings? That was his total like argument against stabbing animals in the neck. Like, wake up, man. Amelia, would you ever consider doing any daytime TV programs talking about veganism, like Josh did with Piers Morgan? Like Joey did. Do you know, like, I've been on TV, but it's always been a very kind of a vegan centric thing. It wasn't, you know, to have a debate or, and I don't, I've been talking about to Gemma about this because actually right now I'm editing another Joe Rogan critique, and I kind of said to her, like, I don't think I'd want to go on. Like, I wouldn't keep my cool enough. I'd get so annoyed, and yeah, it's just not great for the message if you start to get angry and aggressive, and which is exactly what Piers Morgan and people actually wants, because it, you know, it just detracts from the message and makes the messenger look bad, which then sort of looks bad on the movement, I guess. And just a lot of other people, Earthling Ed springs to mind, James Aspie, they're just so much more eloquent and so much more clued up on the environmental and the ethical side, and I'm really not. And at times I've thought I'd like to really learn this and really study, you know, the way Earthling Ed can debate a farmer and actually weather the storm, like the aggressive, rude comments from the farmer, and then actually win the farmer around with kindness, with compassion and just connection. And he'll say, like, you know, I'm nothing against you, like, if yes, I don't like, you know, for the animals what you're doing, but I don't want you to be out of work, and hopefully we can help you to, you know, to be an arable farmer or whatever. And he sometimes wins these people round. He is so clever. That is so beautiful to step out of your ego that well. I do it to a large degree, but I can't do it quite well enough that I'd want to be the one on TV or wherever, and when someone better could have been doing it, and then helping the movement a little bit better, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I thought, Mike. Yasmin, I've just found out I have thinning bones due to lack of estrogen. Been told to take a calcium supplement. I don't think it'd be much good. What are your thoughts, please? Lack of estrogen. Okay, so hormonal balance. Yeah. I mean, I'm no endocrinologist. Estrogen higher. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. All I can really say is like to just eat as healthfully as possible. But if that's not cutting it, then supplements can be useful. Yeah, I'm not skilled enough on that one, Yasmin. Sorry, I don't want to just pluck stuff out of thin air. And yeah, I would maybe speak to an endo. It's normally like estrogen being too high is a problem, and then that's a matter of getting in enough fibre, etc., to then like eliminate the excess estrogen that's dumped into the colon. But I've not thought about the opposite thing, so I couldn't really tell you on that one. That's odd. Amanda 1C, hi, hello. Human called Tanner. Thoughts on building muscle on carbohydrate diet based on fruit versus starches? Just seems that due to changes in dentition and the fact that we produce so much more amylase than other primates, it looks as though we've evolved into starchivores, is the current thinking by the kind of leading minds in this field. And there'll be more about this in the new Game Changers movie when that eventually comes out. I've done it on high fruit. Obviously, like we need a good amount of protein though. So, when I was eating high fruit, I was having a protein supplement because there's just probably not enough protein in there for most people, especially like males or particularly larger strength athletes. I would say. So with the starches, you tend to get higher protein, particularly legumes, but whole grains as well. Fruits are only around 5%. Protein by weight. So, and I don't think it's species specific anymore. It's considered that high fruit, like we can only absorb so much fructose. So there is kind of a limiting factor on calories that you can get from fruit because you'd be so full up because they're so water rich. So for that reason and for the fact that it looks like we've evolved into starchivores and for the fact there's more protein, I'm going to say starch based for the win. Real Chips in the house. Yeah, I know that you're real vegan. Yeah. Hello, my friend. Johnny Holderness. That's a raw vegan journey. Recovers in the house. Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you, my friend. How are you? Jason James in Connecticut. Thanks for joining. Mark Gregory. Best way to get rid of steak cravings. Just eat enough calories. Eat enough calories and maybe force yourself to watch one of the ethical based documentaries such as Earthlings or the newer Land of Hope and Glory. When I see steak now, when I see meat, I don't see meat, I see a bit of a dead body and I have a flash of how it got there. And I wouldn't eat that now if someone said, oh, that'll put 10 years on your life. If you just have one little chunk like once a month, couldn't do it, I'd just throw up. I hope that helps. Do you do much cardio or just weights? Currently, my only cardio really is cycling to the gym and back, which is about an hour, 50 minutes cycling. On off days, I've got a Fitbit now, and I do hit it quite hard. So that's my only real cardio. Yeah. I really just think that bodybuilding is the best use of me, and then too much cardio kind of, or depending on how intense it is, but real cardio to get fitter, which I would like to do some, but it's it's detrimental. I'm struggling to eat enough calories on a bulk without doing some like hard cardio. So yeah. In terms of optimal health, we should do like a decent amount of each. But yeah, I just want to be optimize things for bodybuilding. So that's why I'm not really doing much, really speaking. John King, when I try to discuss veganism online, I always get one comment like bacon though, or someone saying I shouldn't be forced my opinion on others. How do you react to that? I normally say, oh, so you believe in live and let live, and then when they say yes, and then I say, well, yeah, me too, and that's the whole point of veganism. So that's always a good one. Yasmin's conscious. I heard that fats are good for hormones. So yeah, your steroid hormones are made from fats as a base, substrate. But how much hormones is in the body? Like, it's not. We don't need like grams and grams and grams of this stuff. I think, like, I've seen really recommended in the past, and this is before I was vegan, but about 20 grams total for a female, 30 grams for a male should be more than adequate. And again, if we go too high, it then starts hurting our heart health and things like that. But certainly don't go like 5%, or do you know what I mean? I would go 10 to 15% of total calories to ensure health. Maybe like more like 10% if you've got a good amount of calories coming in, and if you're like on a cut or for a smaller female, just make sure it's nearer the 15%. Don't let Caldwell Esselstyn know I said that, because he said that's really bad. Karen M. Hey Hencho, things really good, thank you. Yeah, I'm thriving. Channel's blowing up, mostly because of the critique videos. Went to the screening of a new film that I'm in, Man and Beyond, last weekend at the Odeon in Camden. That was exciting. That's now going to go to the film festivals. And guys, if you don't mind, if you want to help out, if you go on my Facebook page, Hench Herbivore, I shared a crowdfunder, because it was all self-funded, and they took a year going around the country filming different people for this vegan documentary. It's really amazing, really emotional, really gets you thinking. I think it'll do a lot of good, but they've got no money left basically, but they want to take it to as many film festivals as possible. The more they take it to, the more likely someone's going to kind of take it on, and so that'd be a really great thing. So if you either don't mind to donate like a little money, I gave them like a few squids, or even just share the fundraiser. Like, you know, someone might give some money and they'd be really appreciative. And it'll help me as well, because obviously be good to get out this film that I'm in. That just brings me to more people, doesn't it? John Hill. I wondered if you were John Hill I used to work with, but you're in Atlanta, so probably not. Glad to find your channel. What's the best beginner gym equipment tutorial type channel? I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've had to look at anything like that. Oh, so like workout videos and whatever. I don't really know. Do you know, most of them, they go a little bit too, they try to reinvent the wheel, and then they just put on all this elaborate stuff, which is really quite irrelevant. Like, you just need the basic exercises just performed in good form, and just slowly put the weight up, and, you know, you've got the volume and the frequency and the number of exercises, you know, is right. You know, you're balanced. You'll progress. You know, it's really quite simple. I don't really know of any really simple channels. What I do know is about 3 years ago, I did make a series of videos, hypertrophy for beginners. Hypertrophy for beginners. It's in my training videos playlist. I think it was a 3-day split, push-pull legs, which is a good strategy. Yeah, I'll just give that a go. Nice and simple. Yeah, that'll be good. A human called Tanner. What are your thoughts on medicinal mushrooms, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps? Yeah, I've heard lots of great stuff. I've been using chaga, just chaga to date. I'm now signing up with, well, have signed a contract with Vivo Life, and their pre-workout has, not pre-workout, branched chain aminos has some sort of mushrooms added for concentration and sort of energy. So yeah, I've read a lot of good stuff. I don't know that I really noticed anything extra from the chaga, but then again, I eat so well and take so many other like awesome supplements that I probably wouldn't notice. So yeah, pass, but they're meant to be great, aren't they? So get them in there, I say. Joey, a few of the plant-based doctors recommend periodic water fastings throughout the year. So really, those real proper whole foods plant-based doctors, so you've got like Alan Goldhammer, Doug Lyle, Michael Clapper. They only recommend that for people who are sick, so not for fat loss. And it's good. Yeah, my partner Gemma went to the True North Clinic, and Dr. Clapper was her actual MD who looked after her, and she said he was an lovely man. Really fit, like he's a bit older, but he's running up and down stairs, like going to all the apartments, see everyone's okay. Yeah, don't do it unless you are really sick, basically, I think is the answer. If you eat whole plant foods, like it's so healthful anyway, like you don't need to do these. Other side of it. Austin Vegan, love your content. Do you follow Dr. Gregor's Daily Dozen? Nah, I probably do Dr. Gregor's Daily 100. And but for instance, he recommends 1 can of beans. I have 3 cans of beans. And yeah, it's just this. It's all I do, but not, it's just incidentally in all the food that I eat. Natalie, R.I.P. Jasper. I put Jasper in the fridge for Stewie, who you can occasionally see in the background to find. So that was fun. That was hilarious, if I do say so myself. Did you all enjoy my video there? The odd Piers Morgan one with that. I feel like that was my funniest little skit. I've just put it on Instagram as a standalone video, actually, just for fun, that section. Mike, mindful, do you think that Banana Warrior Princess is too right-wing? My knowledge of politics, you could write on, I was going to say write on the back of a postage stamp, but you'd have loads of room still left. I don't know what that means, really, and I don't have a lot of interest in politics, although I probably should have. Oh, God. He's jumped. Sorry, guys, I'll be there in a second. John Holderness, cheeky one. Do you know the release date for the Game Changers? Well, no, they probably don't even know yet is the problem. So they've just been in negotiations with distributors trying to reach the most people possible. So it's about to get quite noisy in here. As soon as they know, we'll know, basically, is the upshot. Steve Ross, what's up? I'm new to your channel. I love your content. Nutrition is so important for things like really trying to stay athletic. Yeah, and for everyone, like it's most people in the Western world die because of what they put in their mouths and what they don't put in their mouths. Like, but obviously athletes above and beyond have more necessity for optimal nutrition. So, good point. Welcome to the stream, Ronald Tibbs, greetings from New York, a recent channel subscriber. Thank you, brother, and welcome to the channel. Great to have you on board. Kinda stupid. From the USA, I think your reaction to Piers Morgan's idiocy was spot on. Thank you, my friend. Is it Piers or Piers? Did I write it wrong?
Piers.
It is Piers. The trouble is, once what was I then talking about? I've forgotten. The trouble is, once you put something on YouTube, the algorithms kick in, and then, hopefully they send it out to a lot of different people. If you change anything in the metadata and thumbnail stuff like that, it messes it up, and it could really go south. So weeks meat free. Thank you for the videos. Well done, brother. That is very, very cool. Oh, that's amazing to hear that. What does your dad make about that? Eloise, I have 2 kids and don't have money or time to go to the gym. What things can I do to home to tone up? So I would say, if you can just invest in a minimum of equipment, like ideally a squat rack and a free bench and just a barbell, maybe some dumbbells, you could have a really good program. It's hard to get into decent shape without being able to do you know, progressive overloads. You need the weights to get heavier and heavier. You can do more and more reps, but after a point, like that just makes the muscles fitter rather than changing the shape of your body, if you see what I mean. Of course, we need to do some cardio as well, but I'd say a little weights is like a fountain of youth. And not only does it strengthen the muscles and make us look in nice shape, it also strengthens the bones, resistance training. So, yeah, ideally like at least a squat rack and a free bench, and then doing squats, deadlifts, you know, some upper body pushing and pulling as well. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Tanner, what schooling did you go through to achieve your current career? Not a goddamn thing. Well, I did get a diploma in nutrition, but that was horrible.
You did a PT course?
Oh, and I did a PT course. But I was PT long before I got that qualification as well. Mostly just self-taught, really. You know, videos, podcasts, books, all the leading plant-based doctors. Izzy B, would you come party with everyone at the vegan camp out, please, please, please? Why, yes, I will. I love to meet all the subscribers, and it warms my soul. Yasmin's conscious kitchen. Thanks, boy. I have hypothalamic amenorrhea caused usually by overexercise and eating. Okay. I'm told to eat more and stop exercise. Way before I started amount of exercise I do now. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I will look into that because I've not heard of that before. So it's good to learn up. So I'm going to cut and paste that for later. Lewis, have you met John Venus? Yeah, a few times now. He's in my Bristol Veg Fest video. We had a nice little chat. And I think now that I'm signed up with Vivo Life, hopefully I'll get to hang out with him. Fancy Airbnb. But yeah, he's a cool guy. Cat the Vegan Artist is in the house. You right, Catherine? Dave Lister, previously of Red Dwarf. Hey, hey dude, love your vids. How can anyone say you ain't getting your protein now? Boo! Goddamn cobra traps. Yeah, man, be the change and all that. Jack Goff, why are you always naked in your videos? It's unfair on people not to see my bod, isn't it? No, you know, being a fitness channel, it behooves me to advertise, you know, it kind of in like PT circles, your physique is your calling card, is your business card, sorry. So, yeah, that's why. And I notice, like, when I'm leaner, when I've got my abs on showing the pictures, well-defined, get so many more clicks. Kind of stupid. What does it take to become part of the Vivo Life crew? Well, I basically hung out outside their booth at Bristol Veg Fest and got chatting to them, like Josh, the owner. He's really nice, real forwards thinking, really doing some great things. There's going to be some amazing new things happening with Vivo Life in terms of, I can't say too much without giving the game away, but they're some real good people. They're doing real good in the world. And I think they just saw that I was, you know, how did he say it? Just like warm and friendly and you know, obviously I've got a social media presence and people were sort of, you know, gravitating towards me and...
I would say genuine.
Genuine. Stewie would say genuine. He's a lovely man. Yeah, I think I'm quite authentic and I'm just trying to be positive and do good in the world. And, you know, I feel that they are the premier vegan protein supplement company. So they're the sort of people I want to align myself with as well. So, you know, the feeling was mutual. Mary, I started to fast today. Any suggestions or tips? Stop fasting. No, why are you fasting? Is it, are you sick? And if you're not, if it's weight loss you're after, I would say just eat whole plant foods, high carb, lower fat. You can eat so much. We need to like give our body nutrients. Yeah, what is your motivation, hun? What is your motivation? Anderson, evening henchmate, your thoughts about C.T. Fletcher? You know, he's fun, isn't he? Obviously, he was doing a crazy thing to get himself in such a state with his heart health. I don't know what's happened to him lately. I saw him on Joe Rogan, and obviously he went vegan, didn't he? I don't know if he still is, but he went vegan to try and cure his heart disease. Joe Rogan's telling him, oh, no, don't do that. Like, how can you live with yourself? Like, it's the only diet proven to reverse heart disease, and he's saying, no, you want to eat some meat. Like, that is sick. Irresponsible, yeah, that's the word. What a crazy, yeah, can't stand that. But yeah, sort of larger than life character, isn't he? It's fun. Like, I think he probably does a lot wrong for the fitness community in his sort of ways and means, but now he's showing like the price you have to pay for that. So maybe he is good after all. Oh, Brummy's in the house. Got a 24-hour endurance running race coming up next month. Should I prioritise speeds, hills, or junk miles with a backpack for endurance gains? I have got no perspective on that. I'm kind of the opposite end of the training continuum, I think. Stewie's more of an endurance athlete. Have you got any perspective, Stewie?
What's the question?
Right. This is Brummy Vegan, by the way, Stephen. 24-hour endurance running race. Prioritise speed, hills, or junk miles with a backpack for endurance gains.
I would go with hills and backpack.
Hills and backpack. You heard it here first. Hills and backpack. So Stewie is well into his cycling. He's very good.
Complete 111k today.
He's done 111k. He's freaking amazing.
78.8 miles for those in English.
Oh, yeah, that was better for me. Yeah, and yeah, you regularly smash it on Strava, don't you? Like for people around in the area.
Locally,
Yeah.
I'm not all about smashing everybody else's PBs. I'm just aiming to be better than I was.
Yeah.
Last week.
And you've got your hashtag veganism sticker on your bike.
It's on the bike.
He's a good boy. Link in the description. Give us a play. Rusty Richardson is in the house. Sentient Nutrition is a good channel. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, I like him very much. Dave Lister, what's your protein to carbs to fat ratio? About 20% protein, 15% fat. The remainder obviously is carbs. Pumping Iron really did inspire me. Yeah, that's an amazing video. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. At Will Chip, I started running. Do you know any good people to follow? No, not really. That's not really my bag. Mr. Alex is in the house. Trying to lose fat at the moment, but in a few months we'll be trying to gain some serious muscle. Is there a way to avoid fat gain during a bulk? Yeah, don't go at it too aggressively. Like, it's hard to put a number on things, but it depends how long you've been training and, experience, but, So if we throw loads of calories at it, we're going to grow muscle the quickest, but we're going to put a bit of fat on. And then if we just put a few more calories in and we're going up a couple of grams each week, obviously that's going to be lean mass gain, but you're not going to be gaining as quickly as you could. And somewhere in between those two is your optimum amount of calories. Like I say, it's hard to put a number on, but if you've been training for a while, maybe 1/4 pound a week, so about 125 extra calories, But you've just got to try it and see, really. Hawaii Fluff. Hi, hence W. Saw one on Joey on TV. Morgan didn't want to debate, he wanted to attack. Joey, you make vegans look crazy. Yeah, what do you think of the new video of Ted Nugent? I'm in the middle of doing a critique video that should be up Tuesday night, I think. And yeah, he's very silly, isn't he? Yeah, he's. I like how he said vegans. I'm gonna do a little. When he says that in the video, I'm gonna do a photo of him and put vegan and an arrow. People who are vaguely aware of what's going on around them, and then I'm gonna put a picture of me and vegan, and then just say like, person who tries not to cause harm unnecessarily. He was a tool, wasn't he? Stephen Ross, you inspired me to save a carrot today. Nice. Found it by it there. Hence, thanks for your awesome videos. Love what you do. Keep up the good work. Such inspiration. Plant-based gains, right? Thank you, brother. Really appreciate the love. Or sister, if you're a female one. I guess you're a guy. I don't know why. Purple Piplups in the house. Hi, lovely. How are you? Thanks for joining. Glad to have a moderator on board. Dave Lister, I'm 40 now. Should I get hormone replacement? I feel much weaker, but ethics-wise, I would never eat meat. So you should feel, you should have less problems with hormones by not eating meat. If you mean that your hormones are dwindling because you're 40, I mean, it should take a few years physiologically to really feel like on the downside. You know, you could get your hormones tested, you could consider TRT if it is particularly low. And my understanding actually is that low test can lead to a whole lot more problems if untreated. So, you know, that's maybe, I'd like to avoid medications where possible, but if that is a benefit to your health and longevity, maybe that's worth doing. Any Mataris in the house? Adam Walsh, Jesse Hitman's there, Gate of 8 Bill, Plant-Based Paul. Hey bro, just been to my first animal safe today. Manchester, very somber experience, but recommend it to every vegan to make you shout louder about the injustice. Makes you want to fight stronger. Yeah, I think it's good to go like at least once. I totally hear you on that one. Good for you, brother. Paul, have you tried durian? My friend just bought one for £38. That was Jesse. Just from Frozen, which was minging. Oh, freeze-dried though. Freeze-dried actually was really tasty and it didn't stink. But I certainly wouldn't be paying £38. Dave Lister, are there natural ways to raise test? Yeah, only if your test is low though, because you're doing something wrong, maybe in terms of total calories or zinc or like total fats. Nothing other than that. Anything that claims to be able to do that, like testosterone boosters, is BS. If they were able to do anything resembling like really raising up your testosterone, they'd become prescription medicines. So that is BS. Sam's in the house. Everyone thumb up and subscribe and smash that bell icon. Thanks, Jesse. You rock. You rock. How many thumbs up have we got? 54. There's 63 people in there. Come on, people. Come on. Kauai, I've heard a lot of horror stories going vegan here last time. Mentions like no need, but still scared of it. Spray, tablets. You know, you can have a bad time of it eating a vegan diet, but vegan just tells me what you're not eating. It doesn't tell me what you are eating. And if you're eating a calorically adequate diet based around whole plant foods, getting in your different types of plant foods and supplementing B12, D3 in the winter months. Bit of seaweed or some zinc, if not. Some iodine and maybe a DHA just to be safe. You shouldn't need it if you've got a good amount of chia or flax and not too much omega-6 relative to your omega-3. Should be fine. But DHA is worth supplementing just to be on the safe side. In case you're one of the rare people with a genetic defect, maybe you don't produce enough of the enzyme elongase that elongates the plant ALA into EPA and DHA. Other than that, like on average, vegetables are 16 times more nutritious than meat. So I would be more worried about a meat eater. Anna Matari, how do you feel about raw vegan diets? some people seem to get on all right with them. The data, just changes in our physiology seems to suggest that we're evolving into starchivores. There's an upper limit for the absorption of fructose. And the True North Clinic, where a lot of the real big names in the plant-based movement, doctors practice, they say they've never seen a long-term healthful fruitarian. I've not done it, and certainly like you've got Jeanette Murray-Wakelin and Alan Wakelin, 4 years ago in Australia, running a marathon a day for a year around the coast of Australia. 72 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. That's really cool. So, you know what I mean? I can't say that it's definitely like not great, not good, but I used to eat high fruit for 2 years, and I was a lot healthier than I was as an omnivorous eater. But the minute I started eating starch-based, my health, my well-being really skyrocketed. So I believe we're not meant for raw anymore. A little bit, sure, like a little bit of fresh fruit and stuff, and some raw vegetables. But certainly there's compounds in cooked stuff that we can't get elsewhere. And you're just eating a bigger range of nutrients. The more different foods we eat, the more the nutrients in each ingredient work with nutrients in other ingredient, food synergy, and they amplify the health benefits. So I think the bigger range of food, whole plant foods, the better. All symbols. I'm 15, trying to teach people about veganism, but my friends all laugh. I love your videos. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's hard at that kind of age, isn't it? Because of like peer groups and pressures, and people can be, even like fully grown adults can be really rude and sort of ridicule and a bit stupid about it. So yeah, but it is harder in school. I do remember. Rich Diesel, hey Hench, have you ever done powerlifting? No, I don't feel like my body is designed for that sort of strains, like 1 rep maxes and things. The only thing I ever 1 rep maxed on was bench press, and then 1 week I did 170. I thought I had a bit more in me, and I did 180, and that was in a bodybuilding style bench press. But it just felt like my tendons were going to ping off. Like it didn't feel like a muscular effort. It just felt dangerous to me, really. So not really my thing. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Dave. Oh, Ray Steve is in the house. Hi, my friend. How are you? You're talking to Brummy Vegan. Thanks for the shout out for my store, Ray Stevie. You are a good person. I really appreciate you. Will Chip, what's his Strava? I don't know. I'll ask him if he comes back in. I did know. I know he's got a V in there somewhere. Yasmin, do you find chronometer to be accurate? I have recently started using it, and it's really inspiring to eat foods, to eat all those macros. I mean, how do I know, really? It seems most of the time, more often than not, it seems to correspond with what the label says, if there is a label. But there's going to be natural variability, and you don't really know, but it's your best sort of guess, best tool, really. So, but I try to smash all the nutrients rather than just scraping in the minimum to avoid disease, if you know what I mean. So I don't worry too much. I think high carb, low fat would have the most minimal fat gain. Well, really, again, it's not necessarily a matter of macros. It's just easier on high carb because you can lose. That was the word. Turd Nugent. I like that. I might use that in my video. Oh God. Hi Rebel, how are you, lovely? Do subscribe to Rebecca Pawsey. She's amazed balls. What have you been up to, Mrs.? I've been missing you. Lewis Guido brings up a good point. Go vegan. Bobby Jackson, hi Paul, have you ever tried skipping all protein supplements, just whole foods, plant-based? If so, what difference do you see gains-wise? No, I haven't, and I think it would be a detriment to you. You wouldn't be optimal for for a larger strength athlete. However, I think you could do it on whole plant foods if you went really high legumes and not so much of other foods. But I don't know if that's there. Not that protein supplements are healthy either. So take from that what you will. Katie Lee's in the house. Oh, cool! I missed that. What you be doing? What you be going to the Vegan Activist March in August? We will, and we hope to see you all there. It's amazing. It's so uplifting and emotional. It's amazing. I hope that just year on year, like it just grows and grows and grows. So if you can get down there, guys, I suggest you do. And then we'll all hang out afterwards and have a laugh. Well, what's happening there? Vegan Tina. Rich Pig say had an emotional successful individual yesterday. We had established that we could legally stop the trucks, but they said they couldn't. We were successful and prevailed. Nice. Good job. I love it. Mary, not sick, just wanting to do it for my body, spirits and weight loss, but mostly animals. That's really nice. I suggest not to do it for those reasons, but that's just my perspective, and obviously do whatever you want. But I think, for mind and body and spirit, just like nourish yourself, plant food, from nature. Joe Clement, hi Paul, any good foods for improving endurance running? It's the same answer for everything, like high carb, lower fat, whole plant foods. Just smashing, because obviously you need a lot of those. And then just in terms of arterial function, so your leafy greens, they have a lot of nitrates, which your body transforms into nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator, so it opens up the blood flow, oxygen, more nutrients, like delivered to the working muscles. We eliminate the waste products so much better. So that's shown to be a really big benefit. Vibes, hence nice video. Yeah, right. I'm doing a Ted Nugent one again as well soon, so hopefully that'll be funny as well for people. Base jaws, roof cleaners in the house. Super Silver Hazer Oak Sprite is best for weight loss. Chloe, are you going to the video? I saw you there, but can't remember. Yeah, I certainly am. I'm going to speak Friday evening at 6, I think, in the Activist tent. They've put me in there. So yeah, come and say hello. That'd be nice to meet you, hun. Race to leave it. Holloway Jack, hey Hench, if you need to make food in a pinch, what do you make it quick and easy? If I need to be really fast, like a can of beans, a bag of salad, with some fruit. Ideally, I like to eat a starch, so some grains or a potato. But yeah, just drain a can of beans, rinse them, salad, smash it in a couple of nuts. Anderson, Hench, I had a conversation with that veganism. He seemed not to care until he finds veganism strange. He told to my face I killed. Outside the South Central area, few cared about the violence because it didn't affect them. just disconnected, and they're so tired, like sick and tired, and they don't care about themselves, a lot of people, so let alone to care about another. And that is of humanity in a lot of places currently, is how it is. But we lead by example. We'll be just creating stuff, and sooner or later we'll just look like we're having so much fun. Everyone else will want to jump on board, I think. Best smoothie recipes for breakfast. I don't really follow recipes. I just put in the foods that are the healthiest. So this will be some like dates, some sweets, kind of dried fruit, or like bananas, or a bit of both. Berries are really helpful. If you're a bodybuilder, either some protein powder or some beans, like they go fine. You wouldn't even know they're in there if it's sweet enough. And a little bit of greens is good, of course. Any sort of healthful powders you want to add in, like there's a time amla is particularly good. It's not the most antioxidant rich thing in the world. AMLA, amla. Put some. You can put whole leaves in, but don't use Chinese ones, because they tend to have a lot of lead, like in toxic amounts. So it really needs to be like the Japanese leaves. Some flax seeds for the omega-3s, or chia if you want. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Instead of berries, sometimes like tropical fruits as well is nice. But yeah, whatever you want really, just get it all in there. Super silver hazel ocher. Chronometer generally uses data of the USDA, which I assume is on average of nutrients that occur on the foods, but of course exactly. Dave, will the movie be shown in cinemas, or will be able to buy it from your site? So, as I say, it's doing the rounds at the film festivals, and then it just depends if anyone wants to buy it, or if not, they're saying they'll go straight to somewhere like Amazon Prime, which can, just one of their platforms where they just stream the movie, so you'll be able to hire it through them. Red Pawsey, I've been doing all kinds. Went to see Jack White in London and doing. Oh, I saw your pictures. You looked very fancy. Just back from Vegan Sundays at Red Wall Brewery. Nice, very good. Oh, I'm glad you're getting on well, my lovely. Yeah, good old race lever. Ian, hey Henge, do you have any tips for getting away on a vegan diet? Getting away apart from the other stuff. Not really, just, again, whole plant foods are the healthiest, but don't eat like loads of the low calorie stuff if you need to get lots of calories in. Obviously legumes, whole grains are great as well, but get the other stuff in. And reducing the time you spend cooking, cleaning and eating. Well, NutriBullets are good for smoothies, and then you just got one jug. Just steamer trays or just one pot dishes are great. Reducing time eating, no, not really. Kind of, you do need to chew your food, and it is quite voluminous. But I say, we should be spending time on the healthful things that make us live a long, happy, healthy life. So I say maybe sometimes we might need to change our priorities to fit that in, perhaps. But I know what you mean, because I'm always trying to, make videos and just create in the world. So it's hard, isn't it? Sometimes we've got so much we want to do. Okay. Oh God, it's jumped. I'm fairly up to date, aren't I? I feel like that's pretty cool. Cosmo, do you think eating a whole food plant-based diet and practicing traditional karate 4 times a week and running 3 times a week is enough to live a healthy life? Whole plant food diet, some martial art. That's quite good, isn't it? The more traditional styles. They sometimes have a bit of weight training and stuff as well, don't they? And whatever. Yeah, well, yeah, in terms of nutritionally and exercise-wise, yes. But then, like, don't forget there's many components of health, and we need to be socially healthy. We need to have lots of friends and regularly, like, hang out with people who inspire us and make us happy. We need to be living life purpose. So a study found that if you don't have life purpose, you typically lose 8 years off your life. So life purpose and clinically being lonely, which is considered 3 friends or less, 8 years off your life. So there's 16 years you can lose, and that's nothing to do with nutrition or exercise. So meditation, you know, relaxation, time in nature. Yeah, there's a lot of different things, you know, and it's not just exercise and nutrition, but they are obviously big old ones. Right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to go and edit my Ted Nugent video now. Crack on with that, try and get that up for Tuesday. So thank you so much for joining, guys. If you're new here, I'd love to have you become part of the Hench Herbivore community. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified of new videos, new live streams. And thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the love. Have a great evening. Bye-bye now.